You hear that? That's the awkward silence of a family dinner after you just got caught vaping. Most vapes contain high levels of nicotine and disappointment. Brought to you by The Real Cost and the FDA.
This episode is brought to you by Kia's first 3-row all-electric SUV, the Kia EV9, with available all-wheel drive and seating for up to 7 adults, with a 0 to 60 speed that thrills you 1 minute, and available reclining lounge seats that unwind you the next. Visit kia.com/EV9 to learn more. Ask your Kia dealer for availability. No system, no matter how advanced, can compensate for all driver error and or driving conditions. Always drive safely.
Listen to the 48 Hours podcast for shocking murder cases and compelling real-life dramas from one of television's most watched true crime shows. Go behind the scenes of each episode with award-winning CBS News correspondents and producers in Postmortem, a weekly deep dive. Listen to 48 Hours wherever you get your podcasts.
Alright, what's up guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. And in today's episode, I wanted to talk on my phobia in video games. The main phobia that I have, well, I know like there's an arachnophobia where it's like, you got this fear of spiders. But in my case, it's all insects. I don't care what kind of insect it is. If it looks like an insect, resembles an insect, and makes like weird noises and stuff, creeps me out. There are numerous games that I have avoided because of those reasons, where they want to have some big giant insect that can make noises, or it just is scary, bro. Like, and my thing is this, I know people will be looking at me as all like, you're a grown man, you shouldn't be letting stuff like that get to you. The thing is this. There's a movie called Arachnophobia, all right, and there was a grown man in there. It was actually what's that dude's name? Jeff Daniels. Hold on for a second. Let me look his name up real quick. I think he was the one that had starred in that movie. I think it was him, the same dude that was in Dumb and Dumber. He did a movie and it was called Arachnophobia. Hold on for a second. Let me look up his films. It was a 90s movie. Yup, that was him. No, that was him. And homie was tripping out in that movie about some of the things that, like, some of the spiders in there. Then, of course, at the very end, they have it where he fights this big, giant spider. And I'm like, I wouldn't have done all that. I told my family to leave that house. We gotta burn the whole house down. But it's like, that's not a fight for us. I'm like, nah. Definitely is not. But the thing is this, though. It's like phobias are real things. There was somebody that was just explaining it to me today that their phobia is they have like, it's how can I explain it? They were overall saying like they have like a fear of like stuff that's, too big. And so I imagine it's probably might have something to do with buildings, great heights and all that stuff. Yeah, it's like, but you even got, what people need to understand is that there's so many different phobias out there that it seems like, all right, but no, this is what they was all like. They said there'll be, all right, so I made a video talking on the one game that just recently came out, and they got all these like weird insects in it and stuff. But this is a video game, Starfield. But so the guy, he goes on and says there'll be a mod for this at some point. I got megalophobia, where when I play Tears of the Kingdom, which is Legend of Zelda, for some reason, he was like, makes me drop my Switch brain. And so I looked it up, megalophobia. And megalophobia is a type of anxiety disorder in which a person experiences intense fear of large objects. Person with megalophobia experiences intense fear and anxiety when they think of or are around large objects such as large buildings, statues, animals, and vehicles. Yeah, and it's like, fam, my thing is this. I'm like, and no, there is even the one woman from National Lampoon's Vacation, I think she was the aunt, where she had a fear of riding in cars. And I think, was it Whoopi Goldberg? She has like a fear of being in planes. And I'm like, yeah, there's people out there where they have these like anxiety crippling phobias. And my thing is this, I don't, yeah, there'd be some people out there where they find that stuff funny. I'm pretty sure people out there find it funny that have like the insect phobia stuff with video games. And yeah, that's the thing. I'm like, hey, my thing is this. They find it funny. They find it funny. I'm not going to be mad about it, but I just want people to overall know, like, that's where I stand when it comes to, like, that, like, insects in video games and stuff. Because they be making that crap way too creepy, bro. Way too creepy. So they're like, there's just a lot of games out there that I just avoid playing. And I know people will probably be wondering, like, how did that all start? Like, when did that, like, really get bad for you? So, I was a kid. Fallout 3, I can't remember how long Fallout 3 had been out, but overall, I had acquired Fallout 3 because I was under the impression that it was a large zombie game. So my uncle, this is when he was really into gaming, but so he was playing the game. And he was showing me how he was going through this bunker and he was coming across some like zombie-like people, right? I can't remember the exact names of those particular enemies in that game, but they resemble zombies almost, right? So yeah, I'm like, bro, I played so many different video games where I had to kill people left and right. So I'm all like, if in zombies, I'm like, fam, I've done that. I've lived that life, all right, having to kill some zombies. I do not mind. I watch zombie movies. This will be a walk in the park, all right? And I watch, like, movies and stuff when it comes to, like, insects. But I found myself where I don't want to, because I'll get to, like, outside of video games and stuff. But, no, overall, though, like, get back to Fallout 3. So, I was like, fam, that game looks mad fun. I gotta ask for that game for Christmas and stuff. So, anyways, yeah, Christmas comes. I'm opening up my presents, getting all these games. I get Fallout 3, and I'm like, bet, bro. I am playing this game. I'm gonna have fun with this game. What could possibly go wrong? I start the game up, and of course it starts, because that's what I do remember. It's like the mom is giving birth, but then the mom dies during the giving birth part. And then, they have it where you are a baby at one point, and then you having conversations with the dad. It gets all the way up until where your character is like, 19 years old or something like that. So anyways, and then that's like, that's what they actually had. And it didn't, the crazy thing is that it did not faze me. It didn't get to me. I was like, if that's the only enemies I gotta worry about, fam, I'm not tripping off of that. They had the red roaches, right? They had the red roaches. And I was like, bro, red roaches, that's it? That's all they got? All right, cool. So I get through that, and then, of course, it gets to the part where the dad leaves the bunker, and then I end up having to leave the bunker because I think that's what the story was, is that they were trying to accuse me of what he had did. And so, anyways, when I had left the bunker, I was like, I'm like, there's a lot more to this than what I was expecting. I'm like, this is going to be sick. Saw Bloatfly, did not want to play that game no more. Did not want to play that game no more. I was like, what is that? That's not supposed to be in this game. It's crazy how the red roaches, they had no effect on me until I had saw that bloatfly. Then at that point, I didn't want to see no insect in any game, in any part of that game. But the whole game just overall had creeped me out, and I was like, bruh, I can't do this. I'm like, no, I had to say I started experiencing anxiety issues at a young age. Because, bro, when stuff had remotely put me in an uncomfortable feeling, bro, I didn't even want to play the game no more. It got to the point where I had my cousin and my sister play that game because I didn't want to play it. I was like, no, I am done with Fallout 3. And it was funny because I remember that when New Vegas had came out, and I was like, I am not asking for that game when it comes out. No, 3, I couldn't even get through the first mission in 3. I was like, let alone trying to play a whole new Fallout game. Nah, not doing it. And sure enough, I'm like, I think I was doing good in school. And my dad was all like, he was like, nah, I'm going to take you up to GameStops and, we're going to just get you. I'm going to surprise you. I'm going to surprise you with a video game. I wasn't even thinking at the time, like, what new game has came out, like, I wasn't, I was just like, oh, all right, it's cool, I ain't tripping off of it. This man came back out with Fallout New Vegas, and that was the one time where I was not excited about a video game. Like, nah, bro. He got me that game, and it was just all of that trauma that I experienced during 3. I was like, bro, no. I can. That was like one game where it was no. I remember when so like because I sold pretty much like all my Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 games. When I had sold that game, bro, I had because no, I think I only had it on PlayStation 3. I never would have went out and bought that game on Xbox and things. I don't think did I go out and buy that game on. I feel like I don't think I did. I don't think I did. No, I know for a fact I didn't do that to myself. But anyways, but no, that was a game where I was like, no, because I think that's what it was. Like, I had got the Game of the Year edition. So the game had already been out for some time and stuff. So, but no, anyways. No, it was like New Vegas and 3. Those were 2 games where I was like, no, I am okay with selling those games. I was like, I do not have an issue with selling those games. Like, if there's been games where I'm all like, dang, bro, I wish I didn't sell them games. New Vegas and Fallout 3, no, those are 2 games where I'm all like, it's like if they just got rid of that insect stuff, bro. But that's the funny thing is that the same people that made Starfield are the same people that made Fallout. It's like Bethesda or something like that. And I'm like, bruh, why do you guys, like, I wish that they would just come out with a line of video games without the creepy insects. Like, the fact that people gotta create mods just to have it where these games are playable, I'm like, bro, I just, nah, man. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. And then there's at times where it's like, even outside of, and I'm like, I know people probably be like, bro, you should just avoid Bethesda games and stuff. No, facts. I'm like, run 100%. But no, it's like Starfield, it looked fun. So I was all like, nah, let me go ahead and check that out. Then realize who developed it. And I'm like, oh, well, I was like, there goes that fun that I was going to have with that game. And so, what else? But then even there's like other games out there where it's like not even by them developers, and they'll have it where it looks just like a normal game, right? It'll be like some old just normal stuff, like it'll trick you, right? And then out of nowhere you get hit with an insect, and I'm like, why is that in the game? What does that have to do with the game? Like, there was one game where it looked so fun, right? It was like, I think it was like this guy who was on this island, and I think he was just trying to survive on that island. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. You know, that looks fun. I had even did like a trailer reacting to it and stuff. It was like some like sneak peek trailer. So I'm reacting to it, and then at some point in time, I think they show like a giant spider, and I'm thinking to myself, why is that even in the game? What in any points in time does that have to do? And even in like Starfield and all these other games, I'm like, bruh, I don't get why stuff like that has to be so popular, you know. And that was like one reason why I didn't even really sit down, because I know people probably about like, oh, did you get a chance to play Hogwarts Legacy? Yeah, I played Hogwarts Legacy, and I made sure of it that I did not see any spiders in that game, because I knew how creepy that stuff looked, and I'm like, nah, bro, I don't like that stuff, man. And it's like, even talking about it and thinking about it, I don't like it, bro. And I'm like, so what's crazy is that the main motivation behind this episode is that somebody was getting on me about my phobia. And he was all like, I ain't got no sympathy for you and all that other dumb stuff. And it's like, fam, all right, so he goes on to say, I still got the comment up and stuff, but he goes on to say, oh, stop it. Look, it's your problem to solve, not the game developers. To make the game playable for every phobia out there is going to add millions to the development costs for a very little return. And who will have to pay for those development costs in the long run? Right, the customers, the vast majority of whom don't have the phobias, so you wouldn't be gaining anything for an extra outlay. Sorry, I have no sympathy for you. Go get treatment if it's such a big thing for you. And my thing is this, and it's funny because he or she, whoever, they say stuff like that, not realizing that they got a phobia developing within them. I guarantee and I promise you that they got a phobia out there, and there's probably games that they overall avoid. If not games, I know that there's something in this world that they overall avoid, because they could probably get a real bad anxiety attack over it. But see, it's stuff like that where it's like when people, when they just, and the thing is this, I could care less for his sympathy. It's like I wasn't making that video to gain his sympathy. I honestly don't care. And I'm like, it's one of those comments where it's like, and I said that to him, I was like, I could tell you don't do much in life when you sit around leaving comments like that. You could have very well just skipped on past the video or even watched it and went on about your business, regardless of whatever the situation is. But it's like, I could tell you don't do much in life, and that's sad. All right, at least with me, I'm getting paid to do videos like that. What are you doing? You getting paid to leave comments? Didn't think so. All right. So yeah, it's stuff like that where it's like, bro, go take your business elsewhere. It's like, ain't nobody trying to hear that. So, but no, it's like, my thing is this: people carry on like that, right? But if you sit down and think about it, why am I not the only one that's talking on this stuff? Why is there other people talking on this stuff? I'm not the only one. So like, it trips me out how like people, they'll leave comments like that, they'll be mad at somebody for having a phobia, and I'm like, fam, there is literally other people across the world that talks on this stuff to the point. And the thing is this, yeah, if you got a phobia of cars, okay, then don't play racing games, because I'm like, all right, that's all that game's gonna be about. If you got a phobia of zombies, then don't play zombie games. If you got a phobia of guns, don't play games that has shooting in it. But my thing is this, it's like, and yeah, overall though, I'm like, yeah, if there's a game that has insects, I'm not gonna play it. It's like, okay, then I'm not gonna play it and stuff. But my thing is this, it's like when putting like, okay, so like trying to compare the Crew Motorfest to Starfield. The Crew Motorfest is literally a racing game. I'm like, and if you take out the cars, then it's like, what do you overall have? It's like, yeah, I guess they can have it where it's like the person is just running at supersonic speed and stuff. And I'm like, that would be funny. I think that would be a hilarious mod. Or if they wanted to add that in the game, it's like they very well can do that. But my thing is this. I don't know. I can't really compare, my insect phobia to somebody that has like a car phobia and stuff. But I'm like, I imagine that, when you're literally surrounded, and I know people will probably say like, well, yeah, you're surrounded by insects. I'm like, yeah, but I don't see them. Cars on the other hand, you're hearing, unless you live like out in the countryside or something, yeah, you can easily avoid some cars, countryside, woods, whatever the situation is. But it's like, I don't think people get crippling anxiety when they see a car. And that's the thing. I can't make that assumption. I don't know. I haven't talked. Let's just see if there is somebody out there with a car phobia. People with car phobia. Maxophobia is the fear of driving or being in a vehicle. So it's like in the fear of driving and being in a vehicle. I'm more so talking on the fact of like, even if they just so much as see a car, like they start flipping out. But yeah, it's like you ain't gotta like necessarily like drive or like be inside. But it's like, no, that's what that woman had in National Lampoon's Vacation. National Lampoon's Vacation. There's like film series. Wait. Which one did I? National Lampoon's Vacation. Where's the woman where she was freaking the cast? Aunt. Yeah, that was the aunt. And then television bride, dead personal life. So there's like married twice, transported to under honored. So they don't really talk. It was like, hold on for a second, let me Google her name and stuff. Max, bro, why can I not spell, man? A Maxophobia, I think that's how you spell it. I don't know, bro, but anyways, why do I not see nothing with it? They don't have nothing about her having that. Maybe she didn't have that phobia. I remember my mom telling me that she had that phobia, and I'm like, I don't know, bro. Maybe it's just something that people don't really talk too much on or something. I don't know. But anyways, there are phobias out there. Well, all right, so no, like, because I completely got distracted in things. I was like, almost forgot what I was saying. But yeah, it's like, you can avoid being in a car, driving a car, and all that stuff. It's like, and that's the thing where it's like, you don't have to play a racing game. And I'm like, I wonder if like people with that phobia plays racing games. A max homophobia, people with phobia playing racing games. newbie help advice buying a setup. So there's like buying a set for someone with so they're do like getting into sim racing. Hold on for a second. Okay, so yes, it's probably a dumb post. Don't laugh at me, but this thing is I don't drive. In fact, I have a bit of a phobia of it, and buying a wheel and a pedal set is my way of dipping my toes into water enough for me to be able to hopefully step into a real car. Then there's like the Thrustmaster T300 RS seems to be the go-to from what I can see, but it seems to be over the top for my needs. My main concern is realistic-ish force feedback on the wheel. Also, something a bit weighty would be nice. But I was hoping to get away with under $350 dollars. I think there's like, I don't know. They have like AUD. I'm like, I don't know. They got a money sign, so I'm just gonna say $350. But I'm looking into used wheels too. But even at the price, I'd be lucky to snag a T300. So does anyone have a cheaper suggestion that would be that would do the job for someone who's inexperienced as me again? I know this must sound silly. A lot of you, I'm desperate. But I am desperate. Yeah, and it's all like, my thing is this. It's all like, that's something where somebody were to come to me and tell me some stuff like that. I'm like, fam, it's okay. We got phobias. The thing is this, though. We all got phobias, all right? Everybody has some sort of phobia, whether it's, a food phobia, a car phobia, an insect phobia, a water phobia, freaking content creating phobia. I don't know, but we all got phobias. I just think that people, they need to stop the whole like, oh, you need to get over it. It's all like, no, that's not going to help anybody. All that's just going to do is start up an unnecessary amounts of arguments and stuff. So, but overall, though, I'm trying to like hurry up and end this podcast episode because I didn't realize like how much time I have left before I start my stream, and I was trying to do that. But anyways, I think I am gonna do a follow-up episode where I talk on this phobia stuff some more. But yeah, it's like, I think that it needs to be discussed. It needs to be talked on because there's some games I can name off where I'm all like, that stuff don't need to be in there, or at least they could come out with mods or something like that. I'm saying, like, to just talk on that real quick, I feel that video games had a modding system, because he talking about like, the developers have to put all that money into the game. Now, if they got a modding system, I'm like, see, that's what happens when you got a brain, when you think. I'm like, bro, you need to go see the Wizard of Oz to get your brain. I'm like, see if they got some large ones in stock. But anyways, but yeah, I think if video games had like a modding system and they had it where you could get rid of that stuff, I think it would be cool. Or at least have it where it's all like, hey, if there's enemies in this game that freaks you out, we'll either take it out or replace it with something else and things, and I'm like, it caters to somebody. I'm like, but I'm saying, my thing is this: if I came out with a game and it was, there's people that had phobias that were having an issue with the game, I would work around it, or do something to like help these guys out. But it's like, if I specialize in video game development, I'm gonna work on that stuff. So yeah, what that guy was talking on YouTube, I was like, no, that's just ignorance. That's what that is. So, but anyways, and that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. Stay tuned for the next episode, and peace.